You ready? You did? I did. Welcome to the November 28, 2018 Board of Trustee meeting. We will begin the meeting as we do every time. We will say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll have a moment of silence. Tonight's moment of silence is in memory of Mike Sanker, son of Joan and Bob Sanker. Bob was our assistant fire chief for years, correct? Mike is survived by his parents, 3 children, Allison, Megan, and Robbie, and siblings Robert Jr., Ron, Tim, Darren, and Julie, and the late David. It's never easy to lose someone around the holidays. May he rest in peace. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Luby, approval of minutes?
Motion 2018-215, approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on November 13th, 2018, and dispense with the reading.
I move motion 2018-215.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion carries.
Motion 2018-216, approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on November 14th, 2018, and dispense with the reading.
I move motion 2018-216.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Approval of bills.
Motion 2018-217, approve bills for payment.
I move motion 2018-217.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes.
Motion 2018-218, approve the payment of overtime for pay period ending November 20th, 2018.
I move motion 2018-218.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
motion passes. Report from the fiscal officer, Mr. Luby.
Resolution 2018-233, resolution approving purchase order obligations incurred on behalf of the Township by the Township Administrator, authorizing payment of certain purchase order obligations and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I will second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
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 Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-234, resolution amending appropriations for expenses and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
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 Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
I
Yes, sir.
will give you a brief, I know you all know what it's for, but for
Okay.
posterity. This movement of money is for our self-insurance and our claims payment. We can't predict necessarily what everything's going to cost, and we can't appropriate, however, the full pot of money through the remainder of the year. So we had a couple big weeks of claims, and so this is to put enough money in the fund to pay what's due and hopefully through the remainder of the year.
Okay, thank you for that.
As far as significant transactions since the last meeting, on 11/25, we had a deposit of $39,000 from Hamilton County for the local government fund and from the gasoline tax. We received $19,000 from Hamilton County for the permissive motor vehicle license tax. As far as disbursements, on 11/26, we had a payment to PNC Bank for $154,000, which is for our loan payment for the Greenwell Fire Station. On 11/26, we also paid the Bank of New York $575,000, which is our loan payment for the Neeb Road Fire Station. And on 11/15, our payroll was $265,000. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, trustee correspondence. Trustee Seavey?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Trustee Davis?
Just a quick note, as many of us know, we're about to lose a good neighbor coming this Friday. Goodbye to Remke's, who's leaving. I remember as trustee being for the blue ribbon cutting ceremony, and that was a great day, and the dreams and the hopes and everything that went into that, the money that was invested. I thank them on behalf of many here in the township, especially the Business Association and so many more. And maybe some of you didn't even realize the investment that Remke's had as far as sponsoring the Christmas parade and really trying to make a difference in this community. So many in this community talk about trying to, we want something new and we want other great things, which we all do. But it's a nice, gentle reminder, I think, that you have got to shop. You've got to visit your local businesses and support them, even if it's just for a quick $10 purchase, whatever it is. I've had people stop me saying, "Oh, that's so horrible about Remke's." And I ask them, "Well, when was the last time you shopped there?" "Oh, I just went up to Kroger's." And hello. It can be easy and convenient and everything else. I'm not saying don't shop at Kroger's, but I'm saying share the wealth. It's disheartening to see Remke's pack up. It really is. And I can tell you, as your leaders in the community, we're doing everything we can to get another tenant in there. Remke's put kind of a shock, as I understand it, into the owners of that whole area. They didn't expect it quite this soon. So just a wonderful thing out there. It's a reminder. It's a growing pain, certainly, when we lose a neighbor like that. But it's a reminder that we really do need to shop local. Okay, I know Glenway has so much and Florence has this and that, whatever, but just stay home at times and shop here. So thank you.
All right. I'd like to thank the Public Works for all their good deeds. Recently, they've been hit kind of a double whammy with the ice storm. Many trees were down, as you know, and they stood in line to get a chipper, and for how long? And finally we got a chipper, and they were out taking care of what they could take care of, clearing the streets and things of that sort. We did receive one very nice letter from one of our residents, so thank you for that, saying that not only did they clear what was in the street, but they helped with his yard too, and he was very appreciative of that. And then again, you got hit right away with snow, our first real good snow, so our people are tired. Our men are tired. So let's hope the snow stays away. And thank you for keeping us safe and taking care of Delhi. So thank you for that. All right. We have a special presentation tonight. Chief Howarth and Lieutenant Murphy.
Thank you, Board of Trustees. We bring before you for certificates and acknowledgement the 18th class, graduating class of the Citizens Police Academy. They're not quite done. They have one more evening, which is tomorrow evening, so I'm expecting all of you to return tomorrow. Don't get it and run, but we appreciate it. Really, honestly, we appreciate everybody that they went through 12 weeks on a Thursday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Hopefully it was worth their time, but that is a commitment, and we appreciate it. We consider you a part of the family, Delhi family. We hope you want to continue on. If you don't want to continue on, at least keep in touch with us. Any way we can help you, that's what we're here for. So we thank you very much. We thank the board for allowing this to go on year after year. This is the second one we've done now in 2018, so we have 60 graduates this year. The next class is January 22nd. We have 16 signed up. We're looking for about 25 to 30 in the class. So family, friends, anybody listening, you can apply online. It takes just a simple minute. We'd love to fill that class up also. Just as a reminder, the 4 of the board up there have attended. So, Jack?
So,
Mr. Cameron.
Mr. Cameron.
Mr. Cameron might be on deck, so we'll see. So I'll work on that. No promises, though. With that, I'll introduce one-armed bandit, Lieutenant Murphy. And he's going to talk a few minutes about the academy, and then we'll issue the certificates. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, trustees, as well. Thank you for allowing us to use your facility one night a month for the past 12 weeks. Wouldn't be possible without you guys. And I'd also like to welcome our 18th member of Class 19, Mr. Jack Cameron. I'll make sure I get you an application tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, it is pretty easy. Quite honestly, though, thanks. When I say thanks, I really do mean it sincerely. We have a ball doing it. I know it appears to me that everybody that's come through the class has had a really good time, and I say it every time, but our officers really, truly enjoyed doing it. I would also be remiss if I didn't thank the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office for allowing us to tour the jail. The Hamilton County Communications Center, I think the 911 Center, everybody appreciates going to, and Green Township Police Department as well for letting us do the firearms training simulator. So without further ado, I would like to introduce, I know Adam Brinkman, one of our class members this time, was going to come up and say a few words about his experience. So before we do our certificates, I'd like to introduce Adam Brinkman.
I didn't prepare anything, so I moved to Delhi 12 years ago, and over a month at a time. Before that, I lived in Westchester for like my younger years, and then Evendale when I was in high school, and Clifton in college. So I kind of moved around until 12 years ago. If you told me to find Delhi on a map, I could not have done it. And I moved over here for love and family. So, so now I'm stuck. But you know, it's interesting to be in Delhi because people know each other and say hello, and you know, you guys have all lived here your whole life, so I don't have to tell you this, but it really is a special place where people really seem to care. Going through the class, however, I honestly expected it to be fun and entertaining, and at times it was. I come away with it thinking it's just depressing every night. You know, go home and like, oh, we learned about crime scene investigation or crash investigation, and it's depressing that these guys have to go home every night and take home, you know, fatal things, you know, and carry that baggage at home. You know, I thought we'd go to the jail and this would be great. I get to see, you know, the inside of a jail. I'll hopefully never get to see that again. You know, it's depressing. You know, the state of humanity, I guess, that you see little kids being walked in by their parents, like, let's go see daddy. You know, the ride along was great, but then you see what line of duty really looks like for these guys. So, to be honest, they ask, what was your favorite part of the class? I'm like, well, you know, the people. I can't say enough good things about the department. Every person we came in contact with, every officer, every detective, they're all outgoing, fantastic people. Hats off to Murphy for putting together a great class. I know it's not easy getting everybody to show up and take an interest. But yeah, I think we're really lucky to have such a great group of guys and girls in the department, and can't say enough good things. So if anybody's thinking about coming out next class, definitely encourage you to do so. So thank you.
Thank you. You're in good company. I'm a transplant too.
Yes, Joe wanted to say something. I don't think Joe's here. One other thing I did want to acknowledge is DCPA people that are here, members here now. You can raise your hand. And thank you for what you do, and all of you. I think everyone's gone through the class. You don't have to go through the class to be a part of it, but we appreciate you being here too. So thank you.
All right, so as I read these, I normally would shake hands and give you that. So I'll apologize for that in advance. I was attacked by a garbage can here. I don't have a cool story, but I won't be able to shake your hand.
I'll shake.
Chief will shake your hand. So if you could, Nick Amrine, come on up. Tyler Basham.
There you go. There's your badge.
Thank you, Tyler. Jeffrey Bill. Thanks, Jeffrey. Get a picture with you. Adam Brinkman. Thanks, sir. Thank you. Adam's mother-in-law, Kathy Bushley.
You brought who? You brought you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Marlene Cassidy. Marlene. Diane Clark. Thanks for getting us signatures too, thank you. Randy Clark,
You can try, but.
husband and wife team there. Thank you. Thank you, Randy. Roger Clark. Yeah, there's Roger. Yeah, Roger's right. He's Clark. Nikki Conley. I know I saw Nikki here. There you are. Thanks, Nikki. Paul C. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't pronounce it.
It's been Paul C. for 12 weeks. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. Mark Helms. I don't think Mark's with us tonight. Diane Henderer.
Second time attendee.
I was going to say, good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you. This is a master's.
Jay Hepp.
Yeah.
Jay also.
Thank you, Jay.
Master's
Thank you,
degree.
sir.
Third time, aren't you? You're a doctor now.
We're not hearing you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jay.
Chief, Cheryl wants to know if they have masters now.
His wife, Karen Hepp. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Thank you. Aaron Jenkins. Thank you, Aaron. Ken Kramer. And Ken's wife, Marilyn Shorty Kramer. Not allowed to call her by her name, guys.
There you go. This is more than refrigerator ready.
Deborah Laxton.
Refrigerator worthy.
Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. Jim Luby.
Yay!
And Jim's wife, Lisa Luby. Thank you, Jim.
Now you bend down.
Yeah, you got Ben now. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Oh, yeah. That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Penny Masterson. Thanks, Penny. See you soon. I appreciate it. Bob McKibben. Thank you. Tell Dan I said hi. Allison Nevin.
Thank you, sir.
I really appreciate you being there. Bob Norris. Butter bars are dry so far.
Santa Claus. That is Santa Claus.
Santa.
Donna Poff. Miss Donna. My kids' preschool teacher.
How sweet.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Donna. That's the way we ride, so we're gonna work it out. We will. I'll be in touch. And Linda Raby.
Should we do ribbit ears or something like that? Yeah, I know. Awesome.
Everybody? Did I miss anybody?
Sounds good.
Okay.
True story. When I graduated from the FBI Academy, We had 250 members, and the FBI director did issue our diploma to us on the stage, but we weren't allowed shaking his hand. It was during the swine flu time, remember that? Yeah. So he didn't want to shake 250 hands because of that. So. At least handed it to us, so it was good.
Okay. Trustee Seavey, any comments?
Absolutely. Congratulations, class, and welcome to the ranks. All of us but one are current graduates of the Citizens Police Academy. So really, congratulations, and we look forward to having you as part of the DCPA.
Trustee Davis?
Not much, just thank you, obviously, on behalf of the community, and just having the eyes and the ears of all of you out there. And I think I was in the second class, whatever, and just thinking through the years, and it'd be neat to have everybody come back together. And at the same time, it's also nice to know if anything ever did go down in the township, it's an incredible resource with the stroke of one button to get everyone on board and have them helping out in the community. So thank you, thank you.
And thank you, and I believe tomorrow night is what, active shooter? So, yeah, it's a fun one, so don't miss it. But thank you again. I hope some of you will join the DCPA, and we'll be seeing you on the streets and at our activities. So thank you for that. At this time, if you'd like to leave, you may do that. You don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting. I'm sure there's things to celebrate.
We understand.
Oh, no, not you, Chief.
No. Wait a minute. Where does he think he's going?
Bye-bye, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mac.
You going to active shooter? Oh, you're Wendy was my partner throughout the whole show. Oh, you didn't Oh, we escaped.
Protect yourself.
Oh, it came back in.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on now. Administration has no agenda items this evening, nor does Parks and Recreation, even though I did hear that ground was broken for the stage. Yes. All right, ground's broken for the stage. Good stuff. Okay, Fire Department, Mr. Luby.
Motion 2018-219, approve applying for the Bureau of Workers' Compensation Safety Intervention Grant Program to purchase a Stryker power cot and a Lucas device.
I'm in motion 2018-219.
Second motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion carries. Chief, you want to explain?
Yes, the Bureau of Workers' Comp, we've never taken advantage of any of these grants previously. We've never really had anything that kind of fit, but with the purchase of a new ambulance, that one is being installed with what's called a power lift cot. So paramedics won't have to physically lift the cot. It raises itself with a patient on it, and it'll automatically load into the cot. So those are pretty pricey items, about $46,000. This is a grant that is a 20% match. So the township would be, both the fire department would put up 20% of the total bill. And the Lucas device, which is the second item that we're going for, that is an automatic chest compression device. It's basically applied and set up so that you don't have to have a paramedic doing chest compressions the whole time. It's automated, so that allows them to free up some hands to do drug administration and cardiac monitoring. So we're fortunate if we do get the grant, this will offset quite a bit in terms of the funding. And we'll have 2 power lift cots in the township by the time it's all said and done, and the Lucas device.
Perfect. I know grants aren't easy to apply for. There's a lot of work, so thank you for doing that.
Quick question, if I could, Madam President. How many in the area in other jurisdictions, is that the striker cot, is that kind of a popular thing, or would we be a jurisdiction that has it and others would look up thinking?
So Stryker is the manufacturer, and more agencies have Stryker cots than the ones we currently have. We currently are Furno. So the lift, both companies make lift devices. It's just we've chosen this one. Seems to be more useful for Delhi's application.
What does Green Township use?
I do believe they went with the Stryker cot.
And Coleraine?
That one I don't know.
Okay.
But they do
I'm not
have
aware.
the automated cots, is what you're saying.
More are going to the automated carts, yes. We're one of the few agencies, we're one of the last agencies to move in this direction.
Okay, that's what I was curious.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we are taking advantage of the technologies out there, and it's nice that the grant helps supplement that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Public Works, please.
Resolution 2018-235, resolution authorizing and directing the Hamilton County Auditor to remove Delhi Township sidewalk assessment from the record of 417 Sunland Drive and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. Ripperger?
Thank you, trustees. This was actually an error that occurred in 2015 that wasn't caught by us or the resident till now. So the only way we can proceed with fixing it is go through a resolution. If you want me to talk about the sidewalk program for a second, I can. It started in 2010. Overall, it goes pretty smooth. It's a lot of work. Some years we've done over $100,000 in repairs to sidewalk and aprons. We put a few more checks and balances in, so this kind of stuff don't happen. But a lot of times we have our contractor pouring a lot of concrete. We have private contractors trying to do it at the same time. Tomorrow, we're actually trying to finish our final step of the road project paving, and we have somebody wanting to pour a driveway closer to the house, about 100 feet from where we're starting. So there's always something going on, but overall, when we get finished, it looks good. So.
Right. Thank you.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Thank you. I don't have anything for the police department, so we'll move on to community development.
Resolution 2018-236, resolution declaring a nuisance for accumulated debris at 4250 Delhi Pike and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution, Mr. DeLong?
Yeah, resolutions, thank you. Resolutions 236 through 238 were all in the same condition as you see in the photos that were included in your packet and that you will see on the screen as of this morning, so we do request you declare them a nuisance.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-237, resolution declaring a nuisance for accumulated debris at 522 Mantola Avenue and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-238, resolution providing for removal of a junk vehicle at 522 Mantola Avenue and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
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 Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Mr. DeLong, we had a hearing a few weeks ago, and we extended the time. Is there an update on?
Yes,
The
he
condition
actually
of
has
that property?
completed. Yeah, he's completed most of the work. He did call us today with the winter storm that came in. It caused a little more debris and items on the property, so he did ask for another day or two to clean it up. So
Okay.
we gave him that, knowing the weather's improving
All right.
this weekend. But he's definitely been on it. He's trimmed back all the honeysuckle so far. He says he has another tree he wants to remove. So, but he's definitely working on it.
Oh, good,
So,
good.
but we're not going to extend it any further than
No, good
a day or
progress,
two.
though.
So, yep. Thank you.
Thank you for that. All right, I don't have anybody signed in for citizen comments, so we'll move on to announcement of community events.
The Delhi Business Association Christmas Parade is Saturday, December 1st. Begins at 9:30 a.m. It'll be on Delhi Pike from Greenwell to Delfair Shopping Center. The Delhi Branch Library Holiday Open House will be Saturday, December 1st. It will begin at 10 a.m. It will be at the Delhi Branch Library at 5095 Foley Road. The Delhi Township Holiday Market, hosted by Delhi Parks and Recreation, will be Saturday, December 8th. It will be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and will take place at the Delhi Senior Community Center at 647 Neeb Road.
All right, thank you. We have a need to go to executive session tonight. So, Mr. Luby, the motion?
Motion 2018-220 to retire to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, and/or compensation of a public employees of the township.
I have a motion, 2018-220.
I second the motion.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, motion passes. Thank you for being here. Our next meeting is Wednesday, December 12th at 6 p.m. Have a safe week.